Go now.
Is it 6 o'clock?
It is. Good evening, everybody, and a very warm welcome to Ringwood South. And for those of you who are tuning in, I'm just going to set myself up. But in the meantime, I will introduce to you my very special guest and good friend, Dave.
Hello, everybody. How are we this evening?
Right, so we're just going to set up. So hopefully, I should have actually done this beforehand
Yes, why didn't you?
because I'm not so clever. Hello, Cottesmore. Hello. Hello, Dave. How are we doing? See, now you know who the guest is.
I can imagine your total disappointment when you found out it was me. I'm as disappointed as any of the rest of you, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys are all expecting like some big name guest, but unfortunately at short notice,
I just happen to be available.
So welcome to the Laurel and Hardy show, everybody. So welcome Strathmore, and welcome Beaton Half, Philip Page, Dundee Road, David Ekins, I Like Transport, John Warner, if I haven't mentioned you, Dave over at Cottesmore, Peter Hampton. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, you were so disappointed you need cake. Okay, yeah.
Pete Wilson. Yeah, well, that'd be good.
Yeah, people. Yeah.
You need cake. I need a few ciders.
Well, we'll try and poke you up with an interesting stream instead. So for those of you, I guess we'll give it a couple more minutes because it's only just gone 6 o'clock.
It's only just gone 6 o'clock.
So before we kind of get into, good evening, Richard over at New Junction. Welcome to the stream. Good evening, Keith at CSX Rensville. Welcome to the stream. And for those of you who have missed this is Dave, my very good friend, work colleague, and railway enthusiast.
Yeah.
Railway enthusiast, I should say.
I'm enthusiastic.
He is very enthusiastic, yeah.
Yeah.
AKA my train guru. And also, I have to mention Dave's videos. This is Dave from Dave's Videos.
Very original name, I know. I didn't put. I put so much thought and effort into the name Dave's Video, so I think I must do better.
Yeah. So those of you who missed that, this is Dave. So I'll be very disappointed that I ain't going to have a hello from Dave. Hello, Honor Mulder. So yes. So welcome everybody. Hello, Gary Tate. Let's just see. Since people are joining in, I'm just catching up with the stream as people are just tuning in. So, like I said, we're going to be
24 people. That's 24 people that never watch my streams. I'm probably the person that watches my own YouTube videos.
Hello, Alan from Dragon Junction. Welcome to the stream. So today should be today should be a good laugh actually, because we're already laughing before we've even started. We haven't even mentioned the subject yet as to why David's here.
It's turning into comedy hour already,
yeah,
isn't it, really?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Right, so the reason why, and we'll make a little start on it. So the reason why Dave is here is last week I put up a video out and about over at Worthing Junction Bridge, wasn't it?
That's
Say
correct.
Worthing Bridge. It's Worthing Junction Bridge.
Yeah, great place.
And well, we had a bit of a jolly with the Class 50s. Now, a couple of you have expressed interest and sort of suggested, how do we go about finding out how these trains operate, and how do we go about looking at it and understanding where the trains are going to be in my local area to maybe able to spot one of these trains. And quite frankly, Dave's calling it the idiot's guide, and I'm the village idiot, I guess, and on this occasion, because I really don't understand. You may remember Dave from like when we did the HST versus 800 video. We did a day out
when we went to Swindon, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did a Didcot.
Oh yeah, we did Didcot as well. Yeah.
Yes, we did a Didcot, and so basically, I didn't know. It was Dave that said to me, "Oh look, this is what's happening. This is what's going on," and he's the one who knows. So that's why I call him the train guru. Now he's going to explain to us how he finds out this information and give you guys an insight on how to use these two websites. So it's not going to be just you seeing our faces for like the next 20 minutes, whatever it is, half an hour. No, it's just the first introductions, and then we're going to go on to the real train times.
Ah, no pressure then.
Yeah, exactly.
How to make yourself look like an idiot.
Right. So hello, Timmy Allen. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, so basically that's what we're going to be doing. And basically in this first part, Dave is going to be explaining to us how he goes about tracking times and showing us how to find these trains. Now, as it said, Philip Page uses real train times, so that's fantastic. So then you'll know what Dave's talking about, so you'll be more clued in than I am, to be perfectly frank. And so what he's going to do, he's going to show us real train times for those of you that are interested, and we're also going to be tracking the movement of one loco in particular, which is running tonight through Basingstoke, which is a special freight working tonight. So basically, in part two, we're actually going to be on location. Hopefully the weather will hold out, otherwise we're going to end up needing ponchos.
Oh, well, you've jinxed it now. We're going to get absolutely drowned now.
Well, you said to me it's 40% chance, so I'm hoping more on the 60% side of things. So on part two, that's what we're going to be doing. On part two, we're going to be on location to actually so in this first part, we're going to actually be tracking the times, tracking the train through real train times, and then in part two, we're actually hopefully going to be seeing this train actually physically, so you can kind of get a whole complete demonstration of how it works. That's kind of like the plan for tonight. So that's what we're going to do. In a moment, I'm going to spin the camera around, and then we're going to get Dave to start talking his lingo, his train lingo, which quite frankly, he's probably going to be over my head. But he's promised me it is an idiot's guide, so even I should be able to understand it.
I didn't use the word promise. I said just idiot's guide.
Or beginner's guide, to be nice. Yeah.
But yeah.
So, oh right, Simon Howard's just saying it's just started raining in Basingstoke. Okay.
Well, I guess you're getting wet then.
No, I'm gonna be advertising Stagecoach on. I'm gonna be wearing my weather gear.
No, stop. We're both up far too early tomorrow morning to drive buses.
Right. So yeah. So that's what. So what we're gonna do now is the train actually is gonna leave at 18:28. So what we're gonna do is gonna pass you over to Dave in a moment. He's gonna explain to you how the website works, and then there's another website he says that you can use to help you, and then basically we can then start monitoring this train once it's left for a little while, and then we'll switch off, and then you can join us later in part two. Now obviously I've said part two is going to be on around 20 to 8, but obviously this is train dependent. Obviously we're not in control of the train.
No, for
I know this. I'm only in control of this train, this model railway here. That's about as far as it goes. So the real stuff is not down to me. So so we're sort of like in the hands of Network Rail and everybody else, and I think it's DB Schenker.
Yes, it's a DB. It is a DB Schenker train tonight. It's going from Southampton docks up to Castle Bromwich Jaguar. So it's a car train, and they've obviously it's needed to run, so they found a path for it.
So it's going tonight.
So it's going tonight. I've also been out and about today, and I've seen I've got a small video on my YouTube channel, which shows the Northern Bell. And
I can vouch for that because I've actually seen the video.
I've actually seen the video, and a couple of other freight workings that came through Reading today. So not trying to plug my channel too much, but if you go onto my channel, that you'll see that very short video for when I was at Reading earlier this afternoon.
Dave, I've got Cottesmore's just turned around and said, DB Traction, I've just wet my pants. So you say this better not be a GBRF working, otherwise I'll be very disappointed.
Well, I think you're almost 100% guaranteed that it's going to be a shed. So
it's going to be a 66.
It'll be a 66. The Castle Bromwich Jaguar workings usually are DB cargo workings.
Right. So we're going to go. We've just come up to 10 past. So I'm going to get me pole, spin it around so you can face the screen, and then basically what's going to happen then?
Shall I get out of the way just in case you whack me with your pole?
yeah, right, okay. So we're just going to do a little bit of jiggery pokery. Oh God, I hope this phone doesn't explode on me. Right, so let's see how it comes out on the.
See, there's the lag there.
Yeah, there is a bit of a lag, so we're gonna. Right, okay, so So that's kind of maybe I'm gonna attempt to lower it. So forgive me if this explodes. Okay, and then we can. This is like really ropey camera work here now.
This is one of my more interesting Sunday evenings.
Right, I think. Right. Right, I think we're okay. Right, okay. Hopefully we're roughly okay to what we're doing. I was just trying to see if I can get it a bit flatter to make it a bit more easier for people to read. Right, let's see if we can go. Right, let's see. Right, I think we're more or less about there. And I'm going to pass on the relevant devices to Dave.
How dare you call me a relevant device?
Right, are we all happy with that? Have we got movement on the
no.
Click it.
Now we have. Oh.
Right, okay.
Here we go. Right.
Oh, you've just turned down one of the. Never mind.
Never mind. We can go into it.
Right. So, before we start, I'm just going to jump across. Whoop. So just before we start, if any of you got any conversations, any questions, please feel free to ask as we go along, and hopefully I'm not even going to say between. Dave will hopefully be able to answer them. There's no point me sort of pretending that I know what I'm talking about. So, yeah. So hopefully Dave will be able to give you an understanding. Right. So, away you take it.
Right, folks. So as you can see, those of you who know all about this site, you can.
It's back to front. Right. Okay.
Is it back to front?
No, it's because of it should be the. Let's try. Okay.
Oh,
No. It's not because everything on this camera is like reversed.
So do you need to?
So what I'm going to try and do is what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to spin the camera.
Okay.
Like that. Hopefully that is that good? Right. I'm so nervous about doing this because
I can actually hear the rain, you know.
This isn't looking very good for us, is it? Right. Hang on a second, everybody. Right, so it's just obviously I don't know if this is sorry, I'm just kind of really messing around with this. Can you do me a favour passing me
What this?
Yeah, the iPad.
Your iPaddington.
Is that properly now? Is that right? Yeah, I think we've got to a point where we can read it. Right, we all happy? Yeah, okay, good. Right, okay, good. Right, so I'm not going to touch it anymore because otherwise this is really going to go pear-shaped. Right, so I'm going to jump back over in my little corner. Try not to kick it, Dave. Otherwise we're going to be in trouble.
Okay.
Otherwise we're going to end up with foam somewhere strewn like aircraft wreckage.
I shall chop my legs off from below the knee.
Right, okie dokie, away you go.
Right, okay, so we have, as you can see, this is the screen you'll come to first. All across the Great British Rail network, which is great. I've been to many places in the UK, having a good time, and always use this for workings. So I'm going to type in a location now of Reading. So you just put RE and click Reading. So the date is today, so we can just click on 12th there. The time I'm going to put in 1500, just for that was a little bit late earlier on this afternoon, but there is a reason for it. Right, so you come on to this. This is the very simple page first, so it shows you all the services, including a lot of cancelled services today, all apparently with train crew problems. But this is a simple screen. So up here we got a little thing that says switch to detailed, and this is what I use all the time. So if we switch to detail, now you can see if we go down here now, you can see the train IDs. As you see, just going down here. Now there's the train I was tracking a little earlier. Here it is, Swindon to London Paddington. Now this is the Northern Bell, which I was mentioning earlier, which I saw, 1 Zulu 36. So if you click on that, you can see the whole schedule, even the timing points where it's due to pass, and it tracks the train all the way through. As you can see, it was right time at Trowbridge, 3 late at Hayward Road Junction. It was right time at Reading. I know that because I was there, so that was quite good. And it tracks it all the way to London Paddington, which it arrived right time. So these are the special workings.
So what is the code? Is the Z?
The Z. The Zulu is for special train, as in rail tour workings.
Right. Okay.
Mainly
So
for rail
if
tour
you see a code with a
Yeah.
Z in it, then that is basically your
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
red flag kind of thing to say.
That's right. So if we go back, say for example, blah 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 blah. Say the 1528 here from Great Malvern to Paddington, you see the code is 1P51. Now the P, because it's going in towards Paddington, that usually denotes it's going to Paddington.
Right. Oh, so it doesn't stand for passenger.
So it doesn't stand for passenger, but 1 means class 1 passenger train.
Right.
So this was either high speed HST 125, which I can't remember whether it was or not because I saw so many. But as you can see going down, all of the stations highlighted in blue are its cooling points. As you can see, you can click on any one of these and it will come up with all the trains that are scheduled to pass that particular point, including junctions and other places. As you go down, you can see them.
So if you live anywhere along these sorts of points, you might be familiar with them, so you sort of have a rough idea what time it's due to. You can go and meet it.
That's right. Yep. So if we go back there now, then on to freight workings. Now here's one I saw just after Mountfield sidings to Southampton Western Docks for Yankee 19. So most of the
I see it actually says GBRF.
GBR, yes. So some do. GBRF do, depending on where they've come from. That is a GBRF terminal. So
Right.
So you'll get GBRF there, but some workings they don't actually say what company or where they're from, but you can take an educated guess of what they could be.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the one we're going to see earlier. That is definitely a
Later.
DB working. Yeah. So, as you can see,
So what? So you're going to say
4, 5, and 6 they usually donate, and even 7s they usually donate freight workings. So, as you can see here, that's what the first number usually donates. And as you can see, it's come through exotic places like Edenbridge, Godstone, and then come through.
Oh look,
London.
my part of the world, West Brompton and Kensington Olympia.
Yeah, and even Clapham Junction, which doesn't see that many freight workings. So that's pretty rare, and it is absolutely hammering it down out there, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not only just hoping about I'm hoping also that if the stream goes down, folks, it won't be because we cut it off or anything like that. Because obviously if the internet connection goes, then obviously we're not responsible for that. But
That's right.
But obviously we'll try our best. But yeah, it looks like we're going to get wet.
It does. so guys, is there anyone from any part of the country that's watching where I can put in where you are, and so you can see the workings that are coming through where you are, perhaps?
Yeah. Have we got anyone who wants to I'll tell you what. Let's see. Have a look at crew because I know there's a few people around the crew area.
Okay, so all you do then is you just delete that
Oh,
off.
and Jonkley. Jonkley. Are you making this up, Richard? Or is this actually an actual place, Jonkley?
So if we put, so we click on the around time now. If we put around now, and if we put the cancel means cancelled, just so you can see the cancel working, submit. And here we are. This is everything which is happening at crew
Right.
very shortly.
Right. So what? So there's a special work in there, is it? Is that what it says?
Yes.
The 11Z91.
Where
Right down towards the bottom.
One Zulu 91.
Yeah.
Yes. Now
That's
sometimes
cancelled as well by the looks of things.
this here, Virgin Trains have been using. This is actually a normal passenger working, but they've been using the Zulus. And straight up, I do not know why they've been using the 1 Zulus. There may be somebody out there that's watching that
Right.
that could inform us. You know, I'll be totally straight. I don't know why they're using that.
How about around Wigan? Because we've got a few saying Wigan.
Wigan. Okay, let's go back. So if we go back, folks, again, we'll just delete crew off, and now there's 2 stations in Wigan.
Yes, we do. Wigan North Western.
That's the West Coast station.
Right. Okay.
So
and I don't know what the other one is. So let's go with Wigan North Western for now.
There we go. Wigan North Western, Wigan Woolgate. You see, you've
got choices.
You've got choices. LIP, for those of you who don't know, is Locomotive Inspection Point. So that's what LIP stands for. So we click on.
Yeah, don't give me any.
So Wigan North Western. Okay, here we are. This is what's happening around Wigan right now. And as you can see, there's a freight working there, Daventry to Moss End Euro Terminal.
4. So that's a 4, like you said, 4, 5. Oh, so that one's actually got. So it's actually got a 5 in the second because I thought the second one was usually a letter.
Now they do it like this as well. As you can see, you get the letter at the end.
Right.
As you can see. But basically, all that you need to know is if it's 3 numbers in a letter, that is also a freight working.
Right. Okay.
So just putting it out there.
Right. Okay.
As you can see, though, it was this. Now here's another example. This was activated in the system at 14:03, and it was due to leave Daventry at 16:03. And for whatever reason, it's not left yet. So
how do you know it's not left?
Because it would be in here. Next to there, it would have because it tracks the train.
Yeah. But surely it's DLY stands for delayed. I take it.
Delay, yeah, because it's not left yet. When it leaves, it will come up with that's even if they decide it's actually going to run in the end. It would have the delay right next to it, so it will say if it's an hour late, it will say 60 late next to it.
Hello, Fred from Ilbury Castle. Don't panic. You haven't tuned into the wrong channel. It is me. I'm just in the fine company of my good friend Dave. For those of you just joining, and today we're talking about real train times and how to have a look at it. Can we have a look at Hinckley as well?
Hinckley. Now Hinckley is just near.
You should be quite familiar with that.
I am very familiar with that. It's very close to one of my favourite places to watch trains and freight workings, and that's near Nuneaton.
Nuneaton.
Yep.
Ooh.
So there we go. Not too much happening at Hinckley, as you'd expect.
Yeah, well,
it's on the cross country line, as you see. The train operating company, XE.
So what ZZ? That's the freight.
ZZ's a freight, but however,
I take it that what FRGT stands for.
Yes. Now this Q, you've got the Q here. Q means it runs as required. So today this working wasn't required. So therefore, it's not run.
Right. Okay. And can I ask you if you've got, say, if you're interested in, say, nuclear flasks and things like that, can you find out nuclear workings on here?
Yeah, you can find out nuclear workings. Has
that got a special code? I'm assuming to it.
The codes are like the freight codes. So it'll either be like before. It'll either start with 4, 5, 6, 7, then the letter, or it'll be 3 numbers and a letter. It's not. Basically, you have to know where your nuclear terminals are and what the regular workings will be. So, for example, Sellafield.
Yeah.
And they have quite a few workings. and you can type in Sellafield there, and
Oh right, so you can find out that way.
So you can find it. So you can find out that way. If you
Okay.
know where your nuclear terminals
Right,
are,
yeah. Oh, okay, right.
you'll find out.
Right, so let's have a look at the one that we're tracking today then.
Oh yeah, we better go to. It probably hasn't left yet, but we can show you anyway. So, Basingstoke, where we are, lovely, wet, horrible Basingstoke.
Yes.
So, here is what's going on around Basingstoke at the moment. All your usual South Western Railway stuff. Either Great Western Railway services to Reading and the occasional cross country chucked in there as well.
So Richard was just saying he's surprised you can find out nuclear train times on here.
Yeah, it's not actually.
So it's literally anything and everything that's
It's,
running.
it's anything and everything. Believe it or not, the nuclear train times aren't secret. The only time if just lately, the only specific loco that they don't show on here is Flying Scotsman when she's out and about.
Yeah.
Because of all the trespass incidents and everything else.
They just keep it on low key.
They just keep it low key. So
right, okay.
If you were to look on the site uksteam.info, you will find out where she's going.
Richard's also asked another interesting question, which over at New Junction. He asks, can you find out about the Royal Train, or is that another one that's kind of that's the low key kind of security risk?
Yeah, that's also low key. When I saw the Royal Train at Reading, it didn't show anywhere in the schedules whatsoever, which doesn't surprise me because it is the Royal Train. The only reason I knew it was running is because a couple of friends of mine had informed me, because they were out and about, just out, having a day on the trains, and they happened to see it pass.
Hello, Budget Model Railways. So a quick recap whilst we check on our train. What we're going to be doing tonight is we're about to find out. We're going to be tracking a train tonight, and we're actually going to endeavour to get ourselves very, very wet and actually physically show. So there you go, comedy value right there. Susanna and Dave getting wet outside in Basingstoke. So Scrapline Model Railway, if you fancy a trip to Worthing Junction Bridge.
Worthing Junction Bridge. It's
you
just
can meet
the footbridge.
Yeah, just the footbridge. You can meet us there, and we're going to be there from about, all being well. We're going to find out in just a moment.
Right now,
whether this train has left yet.
Now here is our train here.
So why is there two?
Southampton. Now this one here. This is the as required. Sometimes it runs on a Sunday, but most often not.
Right.
But this one, it's in the system as a special working. So that's.
So that 1956 right on the end there is the time it's due to arrive at Basingstoke.
That's the time it's due to arrive in Basingstoke. However, if we click 624R, and then we can see that it's been activated in the system, so it's scheduled to run. And we are looking here at Worthing Junction. So it will pass Worthing Junction at 19:52 and a half. See, you've even
got it down to the second.
Right, even right to the half minute as well.
Right, okay. Hello, Vlad. Welcome to the stream. Yes, you got Dave with us. It's Vlad.
Hello.
Hello, Vlad.
Hello. How are you?
For anyone who doesn't know Vlad, everyone say a big hello to Vlad. He's one of our fellow work colleagues over at Stagecoach Basingstoke. So a big warm welcome to Vlad.
Vlad, I hope you get the job, mate.
And Scrapline Model Railway said he may do that. Right, he may very well. So do you know where Worthing Junction footbridge is?
Needs a map.
Yeah. I haven't got Google. I dare not to do too much on here in case this whole stream kind of like is so brittle that it all goes flying to bits.
What, it disintegrates.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So okay, so
this is our train. This is the train we'll be tracking now. Hopefully,
it's 1829. So
it is 1829. Sometimes,
but obviously. Your their time is different to my time, so yeah, it might be a few minutes here or there.
It might be a few minutes here or there, and it might not pick it up until it gets to Northern Junction. Sometimes it does that because going to the docks, it's a freight only line, as you may imagine. So
So Tim from Scrapyard, from the Scrapline Model Railway says he'll definitely be there. However, I mean, obviously this is all dependent on whether or not what the circumstances that are beyond our control. Basically,
Yeah.
as long as this train is running and roughly running to time, then I mean, obviously if it's delayed by 2 hours or 3 hours, I'm not going to be there at midnight. I mean, Dave might be crazy enough to be there at midnight.
I start before 5 tomorrow morning. You've got no chance.
Right. So yeah, and I'm on an early as well tomorrow. So yeah, within reason, we obviously we're just trying to keep an eye on what's going on in terms of in terms of whether the train has left. So what? I don't know if anyone has anyone got any questions that they want to ask or anything like that. Because if anyone's got any questions to ask, please feel free to do so. Because like I said, we'll probably give it. Hopefully, we'll find a departure time for it once it starts moving.
Yeah.
Then we'll probably leave it just to confirm with you guys that we are going to be doing the second part. Yeah. I mean, obviously, because the second part's obviously dependent on it being on the move.
On it running, yeah, exactly.
So how often do they update this?
Is
it kind of instantaneously, or is it?
It's updated very like almost. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Almost every it's almost every second. You know, you can. So it doesn't automatically do it. So the refresh button, you reload this page.
Right. Okay.
But however, it may not show till it gets there though.
Right. So basically, Fred, if you want to see this train, it's going through Eastleigh as 1854.
1852 to 1854.
Yeah. So Fred, if you want to be part of this little demo, then maybe you can, you want to, if that's local to you. I know you're based somewhere around Eastleigh.
It's at Eastleigh for 2 minutes because the docks driver brings it out to Eastleigh, and then the normal driver will take it on towards Birmingham.
I've had a very, very good question from Philip Page. He's asking, how can you tell if it's a steam train or not?
Now, this is the thing. This is a very good question. When you find out where when a steam train is running and you've got the code, so you know
right.
where it's running. The problem is when you bring it on like this, it shows it as a diesel locomotive. It doesn't show it as a steam locomotive, even though it is.
Right.
Right. So this brings me into another website.
Is that the one that we had up?
uksteam.info. That was the other website.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
So there's another website called uk.steam.
uksteam.info.
Oh, uksteam.info,
Yeah.
and that gives you all the relevant information.
All the steam workings that are happening, and it's very self-explanatory. You go on there, you click the links, and you'll see the code. It's all connected into real-time trains because you click the times for the train, and it shows you what the code is, so you can then track it easily with real-time.
Right,
trains.
so you can get the information from uksteam.info, and then put that into the quick search, and then that will.
Well, no. What happens is on UK Steam, when you go into your desired steam working that you'd like to see, it says times. Click on times, and it brings you straight in to the real-time trains page.
Okay. So that's really good.
Yeah, they work together. UK Steam and real-time trains, they work together.
Right. He also asks, where do you get the code?
The code?
Yes.
The code for any train you would find on
but if he went onto uk.steam, uksteam.info, do you have to physically know, is the code there, or do you have to sort of, or do you just put in the workings and then you get the code based on the workings?
Shall we do a demonstration?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is probably better.
.info.
That's right, just super page UK Steam. So here we go, uksteam.info. So this is the page we want. So we go on to see the page here. We go into Steam Tools, and you come to the index page. Now what you want is the mainline Steam Tool program, and There we are. We're in it straight away. If we click on this week,
Ah,
see now you see what I mean. You see the times here.
right.
So, say Basingstoke, we had Dorset Coast Express with Union of South Africa. So if we click on the times, it brings up the code.
Ah, 1Y50.
1Y50. So it ran out to Weymouth as 1 Yankee 50. And there we go. It ran back
Right.
as 1W50.
So then what? You then go back into real train times and then put that code in, or?
Well, what you do is you click on these.
Oh, right. Okay.
So if you click on 1Y50, it brings you into real train times.
And then that's giving you the schedule.
And that gives you the schedule. So that is how you do it.
Right. Does that help you, Philip? Hopefully that helps and anyone else who might very well be interested.
So that's all you do. You
Right. If we close one of the tabs down and then go into the UK Steam one, can we? What was the other one? Open. You've shown about the diagrams.
Here we go. Here we go.
Open train times.
There you go. Open train times. Right. So here we are in open train times. Now, if we go on to maps like this, and we will put in Basingstoke because obviously that's.
So we're not going to put in the code for that particular. Oh no, we don't need to
No,
put in the code.
don't need to.
Right, okay.
Don't need to because obviously
Right,
they
I've been told.
Now then, now I know you're getting very excited, Caesar. I don't blame you. Right, so if we've got Basingstoke here, and we click on Show Map, and here is a diagram, a live diagram of what's going on at Basingstoke at the moment.
By looks of things, not very much.
Well, no, you wouldn't expect there to be
No,
much this time. No.
To Sunday.
So here we are. We've got 1 Lima 55 heading off now. That should, in theory, be heading off down to the West Country. So if we go there, yes, it is. As you can see, it's
Right. So this side. So going to the left, it's London bound.
yep.
And going right, it's Southampton and the west.
Andover, yeah.
Exeter way.
And here is Worthing Junction, where we were talking about.
Right. So when we put in Basingstoke, how far does it go across?
How far does it go across?
Yeah, before it goes on to the next sort of. Is it next box? Is that how it works?
Next box, yep. There you go. Look.
Oh right. Okay.
So as you can see, the 1 Bravo 64, as you can see, it's been routed to go onto the up fast. So as you can see there, it's got all the green signals, and we'll just leave it there so you can actually see that it does work and these trains are actually moving.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah. Right. Okay. So that's really cool. So has our train actually?
There you go. 1B64's now moved to there.
Right. Excellent. So, and this is what when we're out at Worthing Junction Bridge, assuming that we are going, which we are. It sounds like we might have caught a break in the weather, so I might not need my poncho. So when we're out there, Dave will be using this as opposed to real train times, or will you be using a combination of both?
I'll probably use a combination of both, but when I know it's running, I'll probably use open train times. So
Right.
because that real time trains is brilliant. It shows you exactly where, but using the diagram,
You
it
know
shows
exactly where the train is.
exactly where it is, and it's brilliant. Love it. So as you can, if you see in the box here,
No problem, Chef Pepper Junction. Hopefully I've said this right. And welcome to the stream. I didn't even realise that that you've joined. Crow T Robot, thank you very much for joining the stream. Do we have any other questions or anything? Can we see? Has our train left yet?
we'll go down. We'll see. Look, here we go. So if we're going down.
Oh,
now,
you can carry on
you
clicking
can
across.
carry on click. See, as you can see, we're now in Mitchell Dever.
Yeah.
We keep going along. Now we're in Winchester, Shawford.
Oh yeah,
Eastleigh.
Eastleigh.
There's Eastleigh. So
You paying attention, Fred?
now we're getting into the nitty gritty of Southampton.
So that's Southampton Airport Parkway. So where's it?
So-
Southampton Doctor? Is it Southampton Docks?
Yeah. So so if it's running, this is where it should be coming from.
So it hasn't started yet. It hasn't left.
To Eastern Docks. So At the moment, it's not showing on there as yet, but as you can see, that's where our train is coming from, and it'll come up there and go across like that into Eastleigh.
So it's stepping all the way through.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So let's see what it says on real train time. See what the info is.
So, here we go. So let's. No movement as yet, but sometimes it doesn't. It all depends whether they've got everything's in the train is ready.
So is it a possibility that we're going to end up having to make a mad dash to Worthing Junction?
Well, to be honest, probably not, because we'll see either way. But then we have to decide if it's going to be delayed.
Yeah.
Like big time delayed.
Whether we're going to go or not.
Whether we have to decide where
how far. Yeah.
Exactly.
How far we're prepared to kind of take it.
To take it. That's correct. Yeah. So as you can see, it's not running yet.
Okay. Well. I guess if anyone has anyone else got any last questions, because I think we've covered the majority of it. Because otherwise what you can do is hopefully I was kind of hoping that before we left that we could actually say to you, look, it's on the move, so we're definitely going to do part 2. As things stand, we're not quite sure. If there is a part 2, we're going to do it. But if it's obviously way too late, then there won't be a part 2. So we're going to have to play that one by ear. So obviously that's circumstances beyond our control.
If it starts moving, do we go back on and show them it's moving and part 2 is definitely happening?
Yeah, we could do a little live little kind of saying it's on, and then that's it. And then those who want to join us can join us if there's anyone. Like I said, hopefully it will be running, but we're not quite sure yet.
Not quite sure yet, no.
So because we've been running about 40 minutes already, we're just gonna leave it at that. So hopefully that's going to be pretty much the end of it. So let's. Right, the 6M. I doubt if 6M30 will run tonight, as there has no local gone down from Eastleigh to run it. So it's the 6M30 one we were after.
It's clearly showing as a different code in the system then, because it's showing that's what it's showing as.
Okay, so is there another freight working?
It's probably it shows as that code, but but there's another code which shows it as 6M30.
Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see, guys. Okay, so thank you everybody for tuning in to Ringwood South, and thank you Dave for explaining it to us. So hopefully we'll see you guys later on. If not, it's goodbye from both of us. So bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.
And maybe see you guys later on. So I'm just gonna switch it off. Bye.